Welcome back to Bible Quizzes. We got another round for you guys. Let's get started. Question 1. What was the third plague that the Lord sent to Egypt? Locusts, frogs, or flies? Frogs. Exodus 8:2. If you refuse to let them go, I will send a plague of frogs on your whole country. 2. Who perished in the 10th plague of Egypt? Firstborn daughters, youngest sons, or firstborn sons? Firstborn sons. Exodus 11:5. Every firstborn son in Egypt will die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who rules the land to the firstborn children of female slaves who use their handmills, including every firstborn domestic animal. 3. What is the third commandment? Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. You shall not commit adultery, or you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Exodus 20:8. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 4. Sabbath is observed on what day? The 6th day, 7th day, or 1st day? Seventh day. Exodus 20:10. But the 7th day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son or daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, nor any foreigner residing in your towns. 5. What did God create on the first day? Sun, moon, and stars, sky and seas, or light and darkness? Light and darkness. Genesis 1:5. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and there was evening and there was morning the first day. 6. When did God create all the birds and water creatures? 5th day, 4th day, or 6th day? Fifth day. Genesis 1:20. And God said, let the water teem with living creatures, and let the birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky. 7. Who was the grandfather of Noah? Methuselah, Lamech, or Jared? Methuselah. Genesis 5:26-29. After he became the father of Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Methuselah lived a total of 969 years, and then he died. When Lamech had lived 182 years, he had a son. He named him Noah and said, he will comfort us in the labor and painful toil of our hands caused by the ground the Lord has cursed. 8. What did Elisha request from Elijah before he was taken away to heaven? A double portion of his wisdom, a double portion of his love, or a double portion of his spirit? Double portion of his spirit. 2 Kings 2:9. When they had crossed, Elijah said to Elisha, tell me, what can I do for you before I am taken from you? Let me inherit a double portion of your spirit, Elisha replied. 9. Elijah went up to heaven in what? A chariot of fire and horses of fire? Chariot of fire and horses of wind? Or a chariot of wind and horses of wind? Chariot of fire and horses of fire. 2 Kings 2:11. As they were walking along and talking together, suddenly a chariot of fire and horses of fire appeared and separated the two of them, and Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind. 10. Which prophet helped heal Naaman of his leprosy? Elisha, Elijah, or Ezekiel? Elisha, 2 Kings 5:9. So Naaman went with his horses and chariots and stopped at the door of Elisha's house. 11. How many times did Naaman have to wash in the Jordan River to heal from leprosy? 5, 6, or 7? 7. 2 Kings 5:10. Elisha sent a messenger to say to him, Go wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored, and you will be cleansed. 12. Who did God refer to as his signet ring? Zerubbabel, Zechariah, or Jeremiah? 'Zerubbabel. Haggai 2:23. On that day, declares the Lord Almighty, I will take you, my servant Zerubbabel son of Shealtiel, declares the Lord, and I will make you like my signet ring, for I have chosen you, declares the Lord Almighty. 13. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, Isaiah, or Iddo. 'Israel. Genesis 32:28. Then the man said, Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with humans and have overcome. 14. What did Jacob name the place where he wrestled with God? Damascus, Hippos, or Peniel? 'Peniel. Genesis 32:30. So Jacob called the place Peniel, saying, It is because I saw God face to face, and yet my life was spared. 15. Who is Ruth's mother-in-law? Esther, Naomi, or Abigail? 'Naomi. Ruth 3:1. One day, Ruth's mother-in-law Naomi said to her, My daughter, I must find a home for you, where you will be well provided for. 16. What did Boaz give to Ruth to hand over to her mother-in-law? Wheat, corn, or barley? What did Boaz give to Ruth to hand over to her mother-in-law? Wheat, corn, or barley? Barley. Ruth 3:17. And added, He gave me these 6 measures of barley, saying, Don't go back to your mother-in-law empty-handed. 17. Who was the mighty warrior being referred to in this line? The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. Gideon, David, or Samson? Gideon. Judges 6:12. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. 18. Gideon built an altar to the Lord and gave the name, The Lord is love, the Lord is peace, or the Lord is my Savior. The Lord is peace. Judges 6:24. So Gideon built an altar to the Lord there and called it The Lord is Peace. To this day it stands in Ophrah of the Abiezrites. 19. Where did the battle of David and Goliath take place? Valley of Siddim, Valley of Elah, or Valley of Achor? Valley of Elah. 1 Samuel 17:2. Saul and the Israelites assembled and camped in the valley of Elah and drew up their battle line to meet the Philistines. 20. David was the blank son of Jesse, middle, oldest, or youngest? Youngest. 1 Samuel 17:14. David was the youngest. The 3 oldest followed Saul. 21. Who cheated Jacob of his wages? Laban, Leah, or Aaron? Laban. Genesis 31:7. Yet your father has cheated me by changing my wages 10 times. However, God has not allowed him to harm me. 22. Who was the woman that Jacob loved? Leah, Bilhah, or Rachel? Rachel. Genesis 29:30. Jacob made love to Rachel also, and his love for Rachel was greater than his love for Leah, and he worked for Laban another 7 years. 23. What tribe made David king? Judah, Ashuri, or Ephraim? Judah. 2 Samuel 2:4. Then the men of Judah came to Hebron, and there they anointed David king over the tribe of Judah. 24. The Lord anointed Saul as ruler through which of the following prophets? Jonah, Samuel, or Iddo? Samuel. 1 Samuel 10:1. Then Samuel took a flask of olive oil and poured it on Saul's head and kissed him, saying, Has not the Lord anointed you ruler over his inheritance? 25. What's the name of Saul's father? Abiel, Zeror, or Kish? Kish. 1 Samuel 9:2. Kish had a son named Saul, as handsome a young man as could be found anywhere in Israel, and he was head taller than anyone else. 26. Who led the Israelites after Moses died? Joshua, Nehemiah, or Huldah? Joshua. Joshua 1:2. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now then, you and all these people get ready to cross the Jordan River into the land I'm about to give to them, to the Israelites. 27. The Lord told Joshua to keep this book on his lips and to meditate on it day and night. Book of war, book of the law, or book of hope? Book of the law. Joshua 1:8. Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. 28. What's the name of Joshua's father, who was Moses' aide? Nun, Ammihud, or Elishama? None. Joshua 1:1. After the death of Moses the servant of the Lord said to Joshua son of Nun, Moses' aide. 29. How many minor prophets are there? 8, 10, or 12? There are 12 minor prophets: Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. 30. Who was the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran? Terah, Reu, or Eber? Terah. Genesis 11:27. This is the account of Terah's family line. Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran became the father of Lot. 31. Who is the wife of Abraham? Rahab, Rebecca, or Sarah? Sarah. Genesis 18:9. Where is your wife Sarah? They asked him. There in the tent, he said. 32. Every how many years must a debt be canceled? 5, 7, or 10? Seven. Deuteronomy 15:1. At the end of every 7 years you must cancel debts. 33. Who was stoned by the Israelites for sinning against the Lord? Carmi, Zimri, or Achan? Achan. Joshua 7:25. Joshua said, Why have you brought this trouble on us? The Lord will bring trouble on you today. Then all Israel stoned him, and after they had stoned the rest, they burned them. 34. Set apart for the Lord your God every firstborn blank of your herds and flocks, male or female. Male. Deuteronomy 15:19. Set apart for the Lord your God every firstborn male of your herds and flocks. Do not put the firstborn of your cows to work, and do not shear the firstborn of your sheep. 35. In what book does this line appear in? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Psalm, Genesis, or Proverbs? Proverbs. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. 36. Who said this line? I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth. Job, Samuel, or Daniel? Job. Job 19:25. I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on earth. 37. But in the blank year you may eat its fruit. In this way your harvest will be increased. 5th, 3rd, or 4th? Fifth. Leviticus 19:25. But in the 5th year you may eat its fruit. In this way your harvest will be increased. I am the Lord your God. 38. The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes my feet like the feet of blank. He enables me to tread on the heights. Horse, lamb, or deer? Deer. Habakkuk 3:19. The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer. He enables me to tread on the heights. For the director of music on my stringed instrument. 39. In what Old Testament book does the quote, "The Lord bless you and keep you" appear in? Exodus, Numbers, or Judges? Numbers. Number 624. The Lord bless you and keep you. 40. Which of the following books is not in the Old Testament? Psalms, Deuteronomy, or Acts? Acts. The book of Acts is in the New Testament. Alright, that's all the questions we have for today. So once again, put your score in the comments below and send it to your friends and family to compare your scores against theirs. And then we'll see you in the next one.